Have the shirt. No, we ain't gonna be here too long because I ain't gonna be holding this phone up for too long, but I had to address the situation. Now let me just share this. Jackie, where your phone?
Oh, Keisha,
go on, go get it. You get it. Oh, you get Keisha to get it. Let me share this. Let me get these people looking on the right. Share. Welcome, people. Let me just wait for a little more of y'all to reach. Let me share this video in the meantime. I got the beauty queen with me today. Superstar. Alright. Let's share. The show could be a little shorter. I'm on vacation. Can't do no full show. But then again, sometimes yourself, them conversations get so juicy, you lose track of time. And I know Jacklyn, you little dropsy. Daniel in the back. And yo, while I share this video, let me tell y'all, let me apologize for yesterday.
Priorities.
Yeah. Let me apologize for yesterday. We ain't had no show. You know, we normally do the shows on Thursdays. However, we were too busy yesterday, having a wonderful time at the water park. I was too busy laughing at my fiance and our neighbors screaming their head off on them rides. Kelly, you just have to be all up in this thing here.
How, Daddy? That's for nothing. Now go ahead and go on your show.
All right, go over that way. Go on, go use your phone or something. My Lord. All right, I was trying to tag you, Jackie, but I couldn't see the thing. I can tag you in my post, but I can share on my personal page with, let me tag you now, Jacklyn. You still doing pageants? You retired?
Yeah.
You don't win too much?
Done, yeah. Done.
You win enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough of that. All right. All right. Talking about priorities.
Daddy, I want to be in the show too.
Next time, baby. This is a short one today.
Today?
Yeah. You sound like we in last week. We didn't take the whole show last week. All right. And let's share on under the media. Yeah, as I was saying, we was having fun at the water park yesterday, so we couldn't do the show. I wasn't going to do a show this week at all, but I saw some stuff on Facebook that, you know, got me a little triggered.
Yes.
Got me a little triggered this morning. No, last night. Last night, so I couldn't help myself. Had to do something, so we can put together a quick one for you all today. Tia said had me out shopping. Let me tell you
all day.
Listen, I can't go away with Bahamians no more. I supposed to be on vacation. This must be, what is this, day 4? Day 4? Five. A shopping?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Stay sick.
Well, we've been to Disney on Wednesday and Volcano Bay on Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today. Yeah. Shopping. We just finished shopping for 8 flipping hours. That's why you can't travel with Bahamian woman. That's a job. I feel like I supposed to get a salary. We going shopping for 8 hours a time. I can't deal with y'all Bahamian woman. Y'all like show up too much. Never again. And I bet you we can end up going somewhere again tomorrow. You know, Bahamians have to go to Walmart at least 1,700 times.
Walmart tonight, eh?
See? You see what I said? You want to go to Walmart? Emmy done been there already today? Jeez, man.
But we only been to pick up something. We didn't get the shop.
Yeah, I can't. Y'all Bahamians in Walmart? I don't know. All right. Now, let's get a crack-a-lackin'. First of all, I would like to congratulate Bahamians. Once again, y'all have shown that y'all can cuss and carry on more than anybody on the internets. For some reason, what the woman named Jacklyn?
Jennie Vanwormer. I think it was.
Vanwormer?
Yeah.
Vanwormer.
Vanwormer. I think it is. Yeah.
Jennie Vanwormer. Okay. Y'all going and cuss
AKA Wormy.
that poor crazy white woman out for making stupid remarks. And let's clarify, Jacklyn, if you could inform the people as to exactly why, because some people, believe it or not, still do not know who this Jennie person is and why she was getting cussed out from Bahamians yesterday. So let us know exactly what the situation is, because your Facebook done blow up.
Child, you done viral.
Yeah, you going viral. Yes, I say how much shares this thing get with Jacklyn. So you got the whole scoop. Let us know who this Jennie is and what happened.
Well, what basically happened, what triggered everybody, you know, we tracking Hurricane Irma, a very serious situation, and it's possible that the Bahamas is going to be directly in the way of the storm. So my girl, Jennie, she could comment.
Oh, she's your girl now. All right.
She could comment underneath the weather forecast and say, destroy the Bahamas. What you mean, destroy the Bahamas? So that's basically what got everybody in a hissy fit, and they just gone for Jennie after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, let me say, I don't agree with, I don't condone, I don't appreciate nothing that Jennie said. Well, let me not say nothing. I don't appreciate that comment when it comes to destroying the Bahamas. Of course, it was stupid, irresponsible, uncalled for, over the top. However, my whole thing is, Bahamians always seem to only want to jump into action when it requires cursing people out online. I think it started with the Nelly Day situation way back, however many years that was back in the day, right? And then we had Shawnee, you had Buddy Hill, and then we had those other tourists that came on the cruise ship, and they recorded their little videos talking about how dirty the place is and stuff like that. So it seems like Bahamians only want to spring into action when it's a foreigner speaking about the Bahamas, even if what they are saying is true to a degree. Because, and this is what bothers me, is a lot of the things that they reference are actually true. We do have high rape. It is very violent and dangerous.
Talk about, like, after person started to attack her, she started to talk about the crime situation. She started to talk about tourists not feeling safe and people harassing them when they come to our port. She did mention those things, but ain't nobody was trying to hear that, because you didn't say destroy the Bahamas, so that's all everybody was basically focusing on.
So basically all they heard was to destroy the Bahamas. They didn't care
what you wanted to say after.
Okay, interesting. My thing is, sure, okay, get her for, saying those nonsense, right? But why don't we ever want to deal with the actual issues? Because I saw you said as well, you said, well, we got some results. And I was like, okay, so what kind of results did we get, Jacklyn? Please tell me how the Bahamas is so much better now than it was prior to this situation, because I was confused. So how do you feel, or what results did you feel we got from cursing this woman out online?
Well, for me, it started off as entertainment, honestly, because I was just like in total shock. I was like, this woman, seriously, she did that? And then everybody just sort of did the work for me. Like, I didn't have to say anything. And I see after they dragged us so much, we got an apology. So I was like, oh, okay, well, Jennie see we mean business or whatever. So honestly, for me, it wasn't looking at the larger picture in terms of like issues in the country or whatever. It was just that situation then and there that it was just so unbelievable, and it was just so entertaining. Like, that's basically what.
And we know you could be a little trapsy when you're ready. you love your old love and hip hop, and you love your love and hip hop and all those ratchet shows where they get trapsy all the time, right? So I know your antennas went off when you first heard the situation. And like you said, at first it was entertainment. However, let me reference something you said that's important. And you said that we got at least results to a degree. And I think these situations actually show that Bahamians can come together. We can come together and we can get some degree of results. However, my issue was, and which I was posting on Facebook, my issue is, look at the things we decide to come together for. We don't decide to come together for the high amount of rape, the high amount of murder, the high amounts of incest, the child molestation. We don't come together for these things. But let a foreigner miss and say something about the country. That's when we want to decide we can put our powers combined and form Captain Planet.
You know what? Well, I think I did mention that I think something was learned for some persons. Like, there is power in unity. I did mention that. But what I think it is that they could have, Bahamians at large, they could have gone after Jennie without fear of consequence. Like, in this country, It's basically who you know. And if you go against this person, it's a problem. If you go against that person, it's even worse. So I feel as though they felt that they could have said anything that they wanted to say and exercise their freedom of speech without fear of consequence. So that's basically what it is. Like, this country for so many years, it's been sort of ruled by an iron fist or an elite few, or you know, and if you threaten to go against them, then it's a problem.
Right.
So a lot of persons are really in fear to speak up, even though they are tired of situations and they notice that things are wrong. There will be consequences.
So it's the good old, they can hide behind the screen
social media,
and the
Facebook
keyboard.
bullies,
And that's what I said. It's like the easiest thing you can do is hide behind the keyboard and go out and attack people, especially when it's a mob. If you're not by yourself, if you have a bunch of people, that's easy. But at some point we have to realize that if we use that same energy, that we wouldn't allow the powerful, or who are seen as powerful in this country, to take advantage of us. The reason why they're able to pick us off is because we don't show that a level of unity. It's because it's only one or a few people, you know, jumping out there and putting themselves out there in the forefront and taking these issues head on, and so they're easy to pick off. So we don't even try to come together for these issues. So that's what had me upset. I couldn't, like, it's time and time again. It's these same issues that people jump on simply because it's so easy to do.
It is
easy to type and curse.
And then again, too, there's nothing on the line. Like I said, nobody getting their jobs threatened, their homes threatened, their families threatened. So it's easy to defend that. And another thing is, like, we as a people, sometimes we can be a bit materialistic. So when it comes to standing up for a cause, you would have the persons that you're going against whisper in your ear, well, oh, I could give you this or I could give you that if you stand down or whatever. So by the time is that leader, you know, who formed that movement, they ready to go. He looking back like where everybody is, you know, because we already make our little side deals. We already get our stuff under the table. So, you know, that's just the end of that. Like, it suffices for one day when you could have made a lifetime change, like that kind of way, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And Kendora says, Greg, I'm sorry, but she had to get dragging. She put hat in all caps. She had to get... Now listen, Kendora, hear me out now. Drag away.
Yeah.
Me, for one, I am a proponent for free speech, right? I endorse free speech. You have the right. If y'all want drag her, go right ahead, drag her. My whole thing is I tend to look at the macro, the big picture. I look at the big picture, right? And so when I see people dragging up, what I think to myself is, okay, what are we accomplishing here? What's the goal here? What really are we going to get? And when you said we got the result of an apology, and I'm like, okay, how valuable is this apology if it's one disingenuous? Meaning she only did it because she was bullied to do it. She wanted the bullying to stop. She was forced. How good is a forced apology? It's like, let's say you in a relationship, Jackie, right? And your man do you dirty, do something dead dirty, and you keep hounding him, and then he say, man, I sorry, man. Does that apology mean anything to you?
No, that it really doesn't. But then again, like we talked about, like doing things behind a keyboard and whatever, you could get different perceptions of what the person is actually trying to say. Now, we just wanted Jennie to apologize, and that's
y'all wanted her to apologize. To be honest, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't care about Jennie. I don't know her. I couldn't care less about Jennie. She is insignificant to me. And what she said, because let's be honest. What power does she actually have to bring that hurricane into the Bahamas?
That's true.
None whatsoever. So Jennie is insignificant to me. What concerns me more is what actually made her come to that conclusion. What are the thoughts, or where's her mind at that makes her think these things? And are these things actually valid? And some of the things that she mentioned are actually valid. But you know what we like to do here, especially in the Bahamas? It's like we have this thing where, listen, I could talk with my ma, I could talk with my sister, I could talk with my father, but you can't talk with them. And I hate that. Because if you get offended when someone else says a certain thing about somebody, then that means it's wrong and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have a license to do it just because you related to that person.
Yeah.
So we could talk about the Bahamas. We could talk about ourselves bad, but we don't allow nobody else to say it, even if it's true.
Yeah.
And I hate that
because
we don't ever get to the issues and deal with them firsthand because we just want to launch into attack mode. Because like I said, she had valid points. Some of the things she mentioned were true because listen, you ever been around them jet ski operators, Jacklyn?
But just some Bahamian men on the whole, me as a Bahamian woman walking down the street, hey, seek, oi, chunky.
Harassment.
Yes, they do. It is annoying.
Yes, and so I can understand.
I can understand that much.
Right.
Yeah.
So shit, keep you say my size.
And you know what? Chunky sound like Jackie. So, like, when they say chunky and I look back because I think when they say Jackie, like,
right.
Annoying, yeah.
So you actually, they call it your name.
Yes.
You get a little mixed up. Let me read a couple more of these. Renee says, so glad this episode is named Priorities. Yes, Renee, because clearly us Bahamians, we have our priorities all over the place. Our priorities are not, at least in my opinion. Now, to some people, dragging her was priority number one.
That was entertainment.
To me, that's not the priority. To me, the priority is, how about we deal with the issues?
Like, what sparked those feelings for her?
And like I said, this isn't the first time.
Yeah.
This has been consistent with a few people that made these comments either via Twitter, Facebook, or whatever social media platform. It's like this, right? It's like, if your car dirty, filthy, dirty, you get mad because somebody tell you your car dirty.
Yeah.
How about you wash the car?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. And another thing too, like the fact that, you know, tourism, that's our main source of income here in the Bahamas. This is something that we should actually look into because it can, you know, progress into an even bigger problem. It may seem as though it's just a Twitter war or a Facebook war, whatever. But people internationally, that just how that post went viral, people are reading these things, people are looking at these things. So I feel as though this is the issue that should be addressed. Even though we don't want to face that ugly truth, you know, it is a problem at the end of the day.
It is, and I'm glad that you said that because we have been having tourism numbers that are either declining or just staying the same. It's not growing. Our tourism industry is not growing, and we have been hearing complaints from cruise passengers, which makes up, I think, the most of our tourist visitors, that they don't even come off the ship. Because of a lot of the issues we have, there's nothing for them to do. It's either they have a fear of the crime, it's a fear of the harassment. So, like you said, with tourism being our number one industry, maybe it's about time that we address these issues that they are complaining about, as opposed to attacking them for bringing it to the forefront.
And I think it's sort of a form of delusion on our part because we're just saying, oh, well, this the country is sun, sand, and sea. You know, that's basically all we're focusing on. We ain't trying to worry about nothing else. Oh, they want to go to the beach or they want to do this. No. Like, at the end of the day, beaches ain't gonna be enough. Sun and sand, it ain't gonna be enough.
And guess what, Jacklyn?
Don't feel safe.
I don't know if you know this, right? But plenty places got sun, sand, and sea.
Exactly. Yeah.
And plenty pretty beaches.
Yeah.
Now, I done traveled a little bit. I ain't traveled plenty. But couple places I've been to, they have some beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
And they got other things too, like mountains and other things that we don't.
Yeah.
So just bargaining or banking on the sun, sand, and sea ain't gonna work, buddy. Trust me, it ain't gonna work. So let me go through some more of these. Kendora says she had a few points, but the way she delivered was wrong. She called all Bahamians idiots. Okay, I think I saw though. Jacklyn, you have, matter of fact, let me pull them up. And she did ring out some insults.
Yeah.
And I screenshot some of them as well. She did say we are, I think, a nation of stupid people or something like that, where she said we were idiots. Something to that effect. I'm going to pull it up right now. Okay, I sent it to myself. Okay. People from the Bahamas are totally uneducated idiots. I make a comment, they go ballistic. Now, again, I don't condone that comment. Don't necessarily agree with that comment. But what is a constant discussion in our country, Jacklyn? And it just came out recently, the exam results. You know, every year we have this discussion around exam results time. The average nation, stupid, uneducated. So, again, it was, the way she said it was wrong. And it was generalizing. Which, let's be honest, people generalize. It doesn't make it right, but people tend to generalize. However, again, there is a string of truth to what she says. personally, I feel that we are undereducated in many areas, and that's not just talking about a GPA or a grade point average. I'm talking about when it comes to when you hear the discourse and the discussions people have, and the way we look at certain things, we leave a lot to be desired when it comes to education.
Even with the educational system, we're like totally behind. There's no advancement.
Right.
And even with I don't totally agree with the BJC and the BGCSE examinations, because that's only one form of testing.
Right.
Like me, for example, I'm not that great with math, but I'm not stupid or I'm not dumb.
Right.
But because of these exams, I'm judged on the same playing field as everybody else.
Right.
You know, so I feel like there are well, that's another conversation for another day, but there's so many more things that we need to do in terms of education in order for our kids to be more educated. We need to we need to reach out to them in the ways that they're familiar with and they can, relate to.
And I agree with that. Like, just because you may not be able to spell very well, you may not have the best grammar, you may not be a mathematician, you may not be a scientist, but see what happens is we tend to pigeonhole what education is, and that's not all education is. Academics is not just education.
Exactly.
Because you have people that could take things apart and put it back together without ever looking at a manual.
Yeah.
You have people that are talented and gifted in very many different areas. So we don't look at education on a whole. We just look at, could you spell, or is your grammar correct? And if not, you a dummy.
Exactly. Can you do algebra?
Right.
Pythagoras theorem?
Yes.
Trigonometry?
Things that you will never use in life. And that's how we tend to look at education, and that is incorrect. So again, we leave a lot to be desired in the educational field, and we have a lot of work to do. And again, we need to address these issues.
Yeah.
But no, we don't want to address them. We just want to get mad at somebody for calling us, like again, the way she said it, I don't agree. Don't agree, but there is some degree of truth to it. Because we are undereducated, in my opinion. And I'm sure many people would agree.
Yeah, delivery is everything. Jenny she was ignorant to the fact that she was dealing with Bahamians, and delivery is everything. We don't like being disrespected, so if you have your comments or views that go contrary to what we believe in or how we feel about something, like, it's best, honestly, if you keep it to yourself or you come across in a more humble way.
She could have said it better, but I mean, I tend to look at the underlying issues as opposed to the surface stuff, and obviously most people look at the surface. All they saw was wipe out the Bahamas, and that was it. Set off.
That was
that was it for them.
When I read, I was like, bro, this gal serious?
And I can't pronounce your name. Don't get mad at me. That's Janicia?
Janicia Russell. Hey, Niecy.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
Okay, Janicia Russell. She said the election showed that we came together as well. Now, you're going to have to explain to me what you mean by that. Because I don't know if I completely agree. Maybe you mean that we came together to get rid of the government at the time, but I mean that's what elections do. That's not an election is people coming and going to vote for whoever they want to vote for. So maybe if you could elaborate on that some more, Janicia, because I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Who else? Kentisha says, it's like the tourists are saying Bahamians are aggressive, and we turn right around and tell her CYC and still not looking at the problem. Exactly what we're saying. So she calls us, did she mention us being aggressive? I guess she did in some way. And what we did, fall right in line and do exactly what she said we were. And let's talk about this.
Aggressive? Are you sure you aggressive?
Exactly. And let's talk about the CYC thing now.
Child.
Now, you as a woman, how do you feel that this hashtag or this saying has become like
the national
slogan? Yes, the tagline, the slogan of the Bahamas, knowing what it means and what it represents beneath the surface.
Well, growing up, I was always taught that was a bad word, I was taught that it was a vulgar word, and that you shouldn't use it so loosely, but I mean, I guess too, it's the meaning that society puts on it, because that's not in the dictionary to say, well, this is a bad word or whatever. It's just the meaning that society puts on it, especially in the Bahamas. So the fact that we know growing up, this is a vulgar word. It's not a word that you should use. Like, I cringe a bit, you know?
But how about, let me break it down like this. It's using the vagina in a derogatory manner.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like downplaying the value of a vagina.
Cunning.
Yeah. So how do you feel knowing that so many people devalue a vagina just by virtue of having one? Carry your vagina. Like, doesn't that, like, I think it puts women down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean by how do you feel as a woman?
But we tell men CYC too.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. That knocks a man down because you are saying because you have a vagina, somehow you are lower.
That's trying to demasculate him.
Exactly. You are on a lower level. So I always wanted to know how does it make, and maybe some of you can answer, some of the women that are watching.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? How does that term make you feel that it's used so loosely and used so it's like a celebration or celebratory in a celebratory way? How does it make you feel as a woman to know that term is being used in a celebratory way? I'm interested to know because I was always curious about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting that we celebrate that.
Yeah.
Because I don't use it. I don't agree with it.
But then nowadays, you know, people don't take offense to much. Like
really?
We say nigger.
Hold on now, Jackie. Hold on now. Like this the era outrage.
Yeah, but that's
and fake outrage. So
like
people freak out over simple things nowadays.
Well, if it's amongst your peers, you could use these words. You could use these terms. You know, like people say the B word, like to say like they greeting their friend or whatever like that. So we just have become really desensitized. You know, as a country, like not many things are discreet and not many things are as private as they used to be. So I think it's just with the times, you know, like because nowadays like older people hearing you say these terms, they're like completely disgusted and amazed that wow, look at this foul-mouthed child or whatever. But then you know, to us, it's just a word, like younger persons. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see some of those responses to that because that always used to get me because I never use it, and I just don't like how we jump to attack people for these insignificant things because to me, Jennie is a nobody.
Yeah.
You understand? Jennie is a nobody in my eyes, so I don't understand why we get so up in arms. But
child. But that's the thing about it, right? These people was trying to get Jennie fired. You know, they was going to Jennie job and letting Jennie boss know what she do. But the thing about it is, right, when I'm like, she works in like I guess a customer service industry. But we need to take that as a reflection on ourselves. A lot of tourists, they come here as well and they have complaints about the way that we talk to them. But you know, we don't look at the bigger picture and try to change it. You know, imagine if all of those persons, they go and they write to your boss or, you know, they try to take action to get you removed from your job and whatever. I mean, it was a bit much to that extent. You know, they was trying to, you know, get Jennie fired.
Well, you don't agree? You don't agree with them trying to get her fired?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, imagine, you know, if visitors who came and they had similar experiences, if they did it to them as well, like that should serve as a wake-up call because it could lead to that extent. Is what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if we get some answers here. Kendora says again, Bahamians didn't attack Jennie for her comments about tourism. She was attacked because she insulted us and wished our country was destroyed. We get that, Kendora. Yeah. We get that. However, again, in my eyes, what power does Jennie have to make a hurricane come to the Bahamas? She wished the Bahamas get destroyed. It's stupid. It's irresponsible. I don't agree with it, but again, like I said, I'm a proponent for free speech. She could say whatever the hell she wants, and then people could respond however the hell they want, because one thing you can't control is how people react. Yeah. So I'm not trying to tell people how to react. I'm just wishing that we can come together like this for more serious issues. Because I'll be honest, years ago, shout out to my girl Tennille Burrows. I was with Tennille on a protest with Tennille, TH, and a few of us, and it was the time when that pedophile was a pedophile that Not that one. It was someone else. He raped like a 5 or 6-year-old girl. And the judge only gave him like 5 years or something like that. I know what you mean. We were out in Rawson Square. Jacklyn, if it was 13 to us, it was plenty. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, where are these people that are so concerned and love their country so much and are so patriotic and start waving their flags online? Where are these people when we are really fighting for the things that really affect our country in a negative way, that are really causing us to be degraded more?
As long as it's convenient for us, we do it. You know, for some of us, anything that requires us to go out of our way, that may have required missing a day of work. You know, why in the sun, sweating, getting burned up. You know, I feel as though things that are convenient for us, like you at home, you on your phone, you just type it away. So that's easy. Yeah. You know, anything that requires some of us to go the extra mile, I feel is off limits.
And I completely agree with you. Yeah. And this is what makes me question, how much do y'all niggas really care? Y'all don't care. Y'all really don't. And not everybody. Some of you do. Some of you do care. Some of you do take action. But for the most part, most of those people that got the Kermit the Frog fingers, you remember that gif with Kermit on the typewriter online that just start typing like they crazy on the keyboard. All y'all who they're typing and cursing this woman out, y'all don't really care about the Bahamas. Y'all wanted some attention. Y'all mad at me and pay y'all enough attention growing up, and y'all just need some attention online, so y'all want to jump on this bandwagon and bully this woman. That's the problem. Yes. Yeah. All right, Gigi says she's watching. Welcome, Gigi. Kira says, great topic today, Greg. Thank you, Kira. I mean, man, listen, Kira, listen. And I on vacation. You see, we are and where we is? Orlando. Yeah. We in Orlando having a good time. And man, this just set me off last night that I had to address this issue because I couldn't let it go. And I was disturbed as to Bahamians only seem to come together for the stupidest things. And that's, in my opinion, it's stupid. To you, it may be important, but to me, it's stupid.
Convenient.
Again, yes, that's a good way to put it. That's politically correct, but I can call it stupid anyhow. And Cowper Green says technical education programs would help. I agree, Anne. Veronique Lightborn says many unnecessary subjects are taught in school. I agree. Listen, Veronique, I tell people all the time, at least 85 to 90% of what they taught me in school, I don't use or care about at all.
Don't use.
So it's a lot of things we waste time with in
Even
school.
in college now, I still feel the same. I'm like, I'm in the work. You know, you go to college, you know, to get a degree, to get a job. I'm lucky to work in the field that I'm pursuing a degree in, and I know I don't need these stuff, so it's so annoying to me as a working person, you know, to have to sit down and deal with this.
I must be preaching like this. You see my daughter come tapping me down. You know, they got to tap the pastor down when he on the pulpit. He starts sweating. You just need to bring me my Kool-Aid. Kelly, go get me some Kool-Aid, please. Go bring me one glass of Kool-Aid. Since I was just preaching, you tapping me down. All right, and Veronique said, okay, I read that. Ann Cowper Green says train auto mechanics and carpenters. Susan says, Keithra, how is the shopping going? Listen, Susan, I don't want hair shopping. Please, no more shop. Lord, please. We've been shopping. We just get back. We leave. What time we leave? That was this morning, Jacklyn.
We left kind of early this morning, like after 10.
We left after 10. We just reached back about half hour ago. Yeah. So please don't say the word shopping no more. I don't want to see a shop at Target or Walmart and nothing.
Like shopping.
Yes, too much.
Especially me.
Yes, and you ain't even got no money. So imagine.
My mommy likes shopping too. Especially listen to my daddy.
Yes, all right, go that way now. All right. And Gianna says, would be talking about CYC. Not partially, Gianna. We kind of talking about CYC, but daddy all people go and tell Jenny all about what Chrissy is say her collection box. Kira Wallace says it's just a saying depending on the reason for someone saying it to you. Well, Kira, that's to you. You know, to some people it is very serious and it is very demeaning. Because like I said, I think it really puts females down. So it depends on who you speak to about the issue. Yeah. And now let me before we go, right, because this could be a little shorter one. Before we go, I gotta address something else now. Now I was rowing, but let me not say rowing. I'd be enjoying these back and forth. But you know, I retired from arguing on Facebook a while back because I have this platform now on the show. What I do is, if I have a disagreement with somebody online, I invite them to come on the show so we can have a discussion. You know what I mean? Because that's how adults conduct themselves. You have discussions and you hash things out. And at the end of the day, you all may agree to disagree, or I may be able to get you to see something from a different perspective, or vice versa. Now, my cousin, we tend to go back and forth online. My hardcore PLP cousin, he been on the show once, long time ago. He never come back. I invited him a couple of times. He ducked me a couple of times. But I put as a status, and I think you saw it too. I put a status. I say, so y'all, because y'all did. Let me not say y'all. You wasn't in it. But speaking generally, Bahamians gone. Find that poor woman.
Her number.
All her numbers. Not
address,
a number.
Numbers.
But 3 numbers. Her address, her social security number, her favorite color. Anyway, I run it out. But you'll find all this woman information. And I was like, God damn. Bahamians are very resourceful.
Okay.
And I say, I wish we could use all this resourcefulness to get to the bottom of issues that are really plaguing our country. One of them, and I use a status to say, so y'all could find all of Jennie numbers and her address, but y'all can't find the VAT money. So,
I get, okay, for me, it goes back to a point of convenience. Like, I didn't have to look hard for me to find Jennie number. I didn't have to look hard for me to find Jennie address, her Facebook page, so it didn't require me to go the extra mile. So that's why, like that, it was like readily accessible. For some of us, like even me, sometimes I don't like to read like extremely long paragraphs.
I bet you want that. High five on that.
And sometimes I'm that person, like if you post ad, you put the date, you put the time. I'm like, what time is this? Like, where this could be again? I'm that person sometimes, honestly. So it's just a matter of convenience. Like I love convenience, and a lot of people love convenience. So it was just convenient.
Now, on that note, my cousin always like he liked to jump to defend. He liked to make himself seem like he's smarter than everybody, right? And let me give him props. He is smart. He's intelligent, but he's a hypocrite, inconsistent, and biased, right? And so I love to go back and forth because I like to call people out on their foolishness, right? So when I post that, he was like, "Oh, so the current government did they, What are they doing with the VAT money? Did they say?" So I like, listen, you know me. I don't ride for nobody. All of them crooked to me. All of them doing the same thing in different ways. I don't care about none of them. All of them crooks. So I said, I agree. They aren't. But we got into this whole back and forth. And he was trying to say to me, what you are asking is easy. It's accessible. So I said, okay. So y'all could tell me where every single red cent was spent that the government has spent? And he was like, oh, come on, that's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. That's BS.
But he just told you.
But here's the contradiction. He is always lambasting Bahamians for not claiming, when you come back, because we away now. I mean, I know y'all ain't claiming all the things y'all buy. But anyhow, he always...
Exemption, because I ain't spend but $300. Exemption.
3 big duffel bag, but you spent $300. But anyhow, he always talking about that. He always discusses that like, oh, y'all don't claim all your stuff. Y'all know y'all spend more than that. So I'm like, so it is ridiculous and BS for the government to be accountable for the funds that they spend. Yet you insult people for not being accountable for the monies that they spend. I'm like, interesting how that works. And accountability by the government is BS. So that right there is that to me is more dangerous than Jennie. You have people like that with the mentality that the government does not have to account for everything and does not have to disclose these things to the public. And this is why we have the level of corruption that we have in this country.
Because people serving as accessories, like even with crime and stuff, like a person who's cloaking their son or their daughter, that's
get a tambourine. Someone get a tambourine. Let me shake the tambourine. You're preaching, Jacklyn.
That's just as bad as the person who actually committed the crime. So, like, to have just people, like, just giving them a slap on the wrist or saying, well, that's fine because you were so and so or whatever. That's not right.
You understand. And I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm talking about too. Because how much of y'all people, cousin, y'all know got gun under the mattress? Or you all know they sell dope?
Well, everybody, anyone who know me, they know I ain't the one. I am not the one listen, I ain't the one. Okay? Like, I'm trying to be around you and you doing foolishness because I could talk, honestly, and I letting you know in advance. So you can't get mad at me.
Right.
Don't do it around me.
But see, that's a good thing. But we don't have that. And we tend to, we want to ignore all of that and we want to attack Jennie.
Yeah.
But you just finished running the red light. You don't obey no stop sign. You don't care about the rules of the road. You breaking all kind of laws in the country. You being inconsiderate, but you want to attack Jennie.
Yeah.
So we ignore the dangers that we do to our own country, but we quick to jump on foreigners when they say something, even if it has some degree of truth to it. And that's what my problem is.
And what we're doing, it hits closer to home, so it does even more damage. So I do agree with you in that if we take the same energy and pursue some of the bigger issues in this country, that it'll be a better place. But then again, too, I understand because a lot of people are in fear for different things. And we don't have a government that protects us, you know? So it's not easy to speak out against wrongdoing. I understand that as well. So I feel as though it has a lot to do with our judicial system and the laws that we have set in place. Like they really need to. Yeah,
I agree because I leave the island for 1 week and I hear they done trying to lock up my girl Christina. They done sending summons and things through WhatsApp. I find out the judge got the power to WhatsApp you and tell you got to come to court or just tell you verbally. You don't even have to do it formally no more. These are the things we need to deal with, people. Y'all worrying about Jennie? Y'all worrying about Jennie? Your judge could cause you get locked up for nothing right now. And you worrying about Jennie? Y'all better stop playing, yeah? When we can get serious in this country. This is the thing that has upset me about Bahamians. Y'all is worried about the wrong things. You need to get your priorities in order. You're around here raping all kind of people, killing all kind of people every day, selling all kind of drugs, breaking all kind of laws, but yet you're all worrying about Jennie. Stop your foolishness. I'm tired. Stop round but Jennie online. Jennie is insignificant. She is a nobody.
Jennie is a distraction.
Yes.
A mere pawn.
Yes.
On the board.
Y'all getting all up in arms. Everybody had their poker on his pony tie right up and not over Jennie.
But, and what, something serious was happening on the news that I think somebody asked me about and I wasn't aware because I was on Jennie Run. And, you know, I was wrong for that. You know, I should have been up to date and current, especially with me being aware. I need to know what's going on in my country.
Yes, and this, isn't it interesting? We off the island. And the one news thing that we hear about is flipping Jennie.
Yeah.
I sure way more important things than happen in the country since we've been gone. You have a $2 million? Who got that? Oh, I never done one. Oh, I never done. See, but that was Bahamians with teeth, right?
I don't know.
Oh, but we okay with Bahamians teeth, then? No, we fine with Bahamians teeth, as long as it ain't a foreigner talking bad about the Bahamas. Bahamians can teeth all they want. We ain't care about that. That's how it seems, because we ain't here about that. We here about Jennie. Yeah, we here about Jennie. So, look at Susan. Susan, I tell you, stop talking about shopping. Susan, Susan say you live in Nassau shop.
Susan is my girl.
I think I deserve a paycheck at the end of this week because I done do at least 40 hours of shopping with these Bahamian women. Never again. Smiley Dunn says, yes, talk sense. Susan says, so good to see you all enjoying yourselves. Kira Wallace says, emails. Which emails? I don't know what you mean, Kira. Smiley says, hi, Jackie.
Hi, Smiley.
And says, what up, G? And Kendora says, that status had me dying. What else? Priscilla says, now that's a serious problem. I don't know which one, but we got all kind of serious problems. And like I say, let's deal with these problems and stop worrying about these people. Now listen, I ain't saying don't type to them, don't respond to them. And like people were telling me, I saw some people were telling me, oh, but you know, you shouldn't be talking about people because we could multitask, we could care about that, and we could care about the serious issues at the same time. I agree. However, we don't.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that we must only focus on one issue at a time. I'm saying that we should put more focus on the serious issues that are actually impacting our nation because we don't, in my opinion, at least I don't see it. What I see is people getting upset and freaking out and coming together over nonsensical issues as opposed to the serious ones.
A lot of us can agree that a lot of things are wrong and a lot of things need to change, but we're not coming up with solutions. We're just talking about on a daily basis. Me too, like, I can honestly say that there are a lot of things that I complain about, things that I would want to change, but I haven't gotten up and said, well, okay, this is what I need to do, or let's get a movement together to do this. And I think we just need to move away from just talking about what's wrong and like trying to fix it. You know, because there is power in numbers. Like we saw that even with that We March movement. You know, that was like one of the times where a lot of persons came together for different causes, things that were important to them, things that they wanted to change. And, you know, that was just the tip of the iceberg. You know, we could definitely go a bit further and see what results we get.
And that's all I ask. You know what I mean? That's all I ask. So Jackie, I see, it was so bad. Jackie come this morning. Jackie come in the room, say, Greg, you all right? Jackie say, Greg, you all right? I say, yeah, man, I wonderful. Why? Because you saw, why you thought something was wrong, man? You see me posting on Facebook, hey?
I know, like, when you get annoyed with certain stuff, it's be like, oh, I was like, I don't even know if I want to come to this show, because guess what? I was right there. I was sharing the stuff with Jennie. I was like, you know, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to get dry. But yeah, I mean,
But you see how I drag you? I have conversations, man. I only drag people that talk foolishness. Now, if you're talking foolishness, or you being a hypocrite, or you inconsistent, then I may have to call you out on it. You understand? But that's all. I want a conversation, because like I say, that's fine if you all want to drag Jennie. Drag away. Go right ahead. Get all your chains, latch her up, strap her to the truck, and speed down the road. If that's what y'all want to do, go ahead. You know what I mean? However, at the same time, show that same amount of passion
and enthusiasm.
Exactly. When it comes to the issues that are really impacting our country. Because Jennie ain't nobody.
Yeah, Jennie is very insignificant.
Jennie ain't nobody. So let's get to the real issues and let's deal with them. And let's start looking in the mirror and stop, because we got plenty telescope and magnifying glass where we're looking at all kind of other things.
And binoculars.
And we turn down all binoculars, everything. We turn down all the mirrors in the house. We don't need no mirrors. We don't want to look at ourselves and deal with our own issues. Let's start to deal with the issues. If there's an amount of truth to what these people are saying, let's deal with it so that they don't have to say it. That's my approach to things. If my car dirty and I don't like people telling me my car dirty, well, by damn, I need to get a bucket, water joy, and clean the car.
Yeah, because with me too, right? My car,
I can clean it.
I need to learn how to clean my car on the regular. Like when I give people rides and stuff, I'll be like, "Nah, my car dirty." Like, and I ask the same person over and over again. They'll be like, "Well, you always saying your car dirty when you go fix it." Like, you know what? I don't have to give you a ride. You could go catch the bus. I get offended, you know.
Exactly.
But I know I need to clean my car,
right?
You know, so that's on me because I chose not to do it.
Thank you.
You know, so that's another way to look at it as well.
And that's what I'm saying. Take responsibility.
Yeah.
We don't like to take responsibility for our actions, right? We just rather attack, and like you say, because it's easy and it's convenient.
Yeah.
It takes some work to clean your car. It's easy for you to say, go catch the bus.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why we jumped to do that right away. So anyhow, people, that's all I wanted to do. Go ahead.
Prepare for Irma. Don't forget, like that's the bigger picture right there.
Yeah.
There is.
I hope you're all prepared.
You know, that may pass our way. So just do our best to, and don't wait for last minute. Don't prove that theory to be correct. That Bahamians last minute, especially in this situation.
Chocolate. Now you know that going in one ear and out the next.
Child.
How long we been having hurricanes and how
right?
people still waiting for last minute. Yeah. But you tell them, and hope that they take heed, and do the necessary things. Like she say, prepare. There's a possibility that it could happen. I can't stay over here.
Yeah. I know, right? I have to go to work on Monday.
Listen, and that's another thing. Well, before I go, right? Listen, Bahamians, I ain't gonna lie, right? I'm a Bahamian citizen. I love my country. I want to live in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
But boy, look here, when you come to the United States and you see things work how they supposed to, man, listen, it really shows how bad we doing and how shabby we are culturally.
We got to shout out Helen, Red Lobster.
Yes, big up to Helen, the Red Lobster.
That was
Jacklyn. Listen, y'all wouldn't believe it. Jacklyn never been to Red Lobster in her life. You know, Bahamians, there's three places they got to stop. IHOP, Walmart, and Red Lobster.
Yeah.
They got to stop at least three of them things, right? And Jacklyn never been to Red Lobster. And we got there, and listen, we got blow-away service.
10-star service.
From Helen.
Yeah.
And we've been having good service throughout.
Yeah.
Because, you know, customer service in the Bahamas is an issue.
And you know what? Like, they were so nice. Mm-hmm. It was kind of uncomfortable. I'm like,
yes,
okay, you're doing the most right now.
Yes, Jacklyn was like, you could stop apologizing. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah,
she couldn't believe it.
Me the wrong order. So she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I'll eat it. She's like, no, you can have this, and I'm going to bring you your correct order, and you don't have to pay for this. I was like, okay. You know, I just would have settled for that. Because back home, either you eat this or not. Like, okay?
Yes. That is called service. So I ain't gonna lie. Bahamians, I love you all, but boy, look here. I've been strongly considering leaving and moving over here. Because boy, look here. When you over here, things... Listen, Jacklyn.
Nah, the cookie caterer about to get dragged. You won't do that.
But listen, we've been here for almost a week. The central air ain't cut off yet.
No. It was raining. I was like, you think the car?
We had a BPL moment, and it was we had a thunderstorm last night, and I was scared the power was gonna go out. I forget I wasn't in Nassau.
I said, let me charge up my phone.
Yes, just as instinct. I forget I wasn't in Nassau, but the central air been on all week. If I have my central air running for 2 straight days, my light bill could be at least $600 just for them 2 days. So we got plenty work to do instead of worrying about damn Jenny.
Yeah.
The power is too expensive.
Yeah.
We got all kind of problems we need to deal with. So listen, sure, drag Jenny, y'all had y'all fun. That one over. That's what the young people say, Dan? Or y'all don't say that no more, no? Y'all don't say that no more? No, what the young people say when something finish?
That's when we waiting on something to happen.
We got young Dan with us. She's no running on. That one over. You understand? We got Dan to keep us young here. She only 17. She just keep us young. So that one over. Let's move on to the real issues in this country, please, because we got some serious issues socially that's costing our country way more than Jenny, and even more than the hurricane could do. Because boy, look here, we've been damaging this nation for decades. So let's get on the right track. Let's start taking responsibility. Start looking in the mirror and dealing with our issues and not just attacking foreigners. How about we attack ourselves for what we have done? Plenty of y'all nasty suckers throwing garbage out. Listen, you know how much time I be on the road and see people flinging garbage and bottle and thing out their car? I just want to pull over. I wish I was a police to pull them over just to... That is...
Yeah.
You don't know how much that has upset me.
And
grown adults.
Yes. Yeah.
Grown adults throwing trash all over the place, and y'all worrying about Jenny.
Yeah.
Please, give me a break. Take responsibility and let's fix our country. Yeah. Jenny ain't gonna do no harm to us. Listen, she ain't nobody. She insignificant. Let's worry about ourselves and let's fix our country. See, Jackie, that wasn't so bad, eh?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Jackie was scared to come on. She thought I was gonna talk about bad or something. I don't talk about people bad unless you do something worthy you getting talked about bad for. You understand? If you're talking fool, I gotta call you out on your talking fool. Yeah. But I get it. I get the whole emotion. I get the feeling. It was fun, like you say. It was entertaining. So I get all. I know party pooper. I ain't saying don't have your fun. Yeah, I ain't saying don't have your fun. But let's keep the bigger picture in view. You understand? How long we done been on here now? Oh, we done been almost out. We done do almost a full show. Jeez, let me see if I could read a couple more of these.
And I woke up to like 10 friend requests this morning.
Listen, Jackie, how much shares that post get?
How could you tell?
I say, listen, Jackie going viral this morning.
287 shares.
287 shares on her post. And guess what Jackie posts? All Jackie posts was the conversations and the back and forth with Jenny.
Yeah.
And that's the most attention any of your posts ever get it.
I know, right? Yeah.
People like foolishness, eh? People like foolishness, but what a sick. Timing.
I can't accept all these friend requests though.
No. Some of them may be stalkers anyhow. Some of them may be some of them same jet ski operators Jenny was talking about. But anyhow, Susan says, beautiful dimples, Jackie.
Thank you.
Look here, go on, show them again. See that?
Thanks.
And Susan also says, Greg, did you hear Chrissy made the 7 o'clock news? Yes, I did hear that, Susan. I saw Erica post it today. I couldn't believe it. And this is, again, priorities. Like I heard Chrissy's show today, in between all the F words, she mentioned how she was one of the leading stories on the news that she didn't show up for her verbal summons in court.
Yeah.
They put the education minister after that.
Oh, wow.
So again, get your priorities in order, Bahamians. Why is it? Why is it that Chrissy not showing up the court is more important than the plan for the education system in this Bahamas? Get your priorities together and stop playing, man. You always be joking. Also, Ann Cowper Green says, what issue would you start with? Well, that's a good question, Ann. Excellent question. Like I said, I believe that our social issues are at the root of everything in this country. So everyone knows that I'm passionate about the way we raise our children in this country and the way we abuse them. We like to beat up on our children. We brag about beating up on our children. And it doesn't set a good foundation for the nation. We have to start with the family. We have to start with education. These things that are at the root of all our issues. And it's a long-term thing. We get caught up in looking for quick fixes too often. It's something that's going to take place over generations. We have to completely shift our culture, shift the way we think, shift our mindset when it comes to our family structure, when it comes to our education system. All of these things have to be restructured. We have to deal with education like we said earlier. We have to change the things we focus on. I feel like in school, they should be preparing students for life. You understand? We tend to prepare students for tests, for examinations, for BGCSE.
You know, when I learned to write a resume in college.
This is what I'm saying.
Just last semester.
And when you learn about loans and finance. Never. Thank you very much. So these are the things we need to focus on in school, preparing our children for life. And let's start integrating technology in schools. Listen, ain't nobody writing things down no more. Everybody using devices, iPads, phones, WhatsApp, all these things. So we need to advance. We need to move forward with the times. These are the things we need to start with. And like I say, maybe the Minister of Education was prepared to address these things, but you're all too worried about Chrissy Love not showing up to court. So let's get our priorities in order. Let's get our priorities in order, people. Also, say time. You always kill me with these things now. Susan says, be safe, travel safely. Thank you, Susan. Kendora says, only so much you can do to prepare for a Cat 5 hurricane. I agree. But at least prepare. Some people do nothing. Some people
don't prepare at all.
Exactly. And that's why the food stores be full up the day before the hurricane. And the shelves empty. I remember the last hurricane, not a chip was through the aisle. People take up all the chip and then they eat all the chip before the hurricane reach. Also,
sure you got your shutters and stuff.
Got all the stuff prepared. And Travaris Lamar says, you're not spoiled in less than a week. Yes. I was spoiled from the first day, Lamar, from we buck Helen. I was like, I can't stay. Also, and yes, and that's another thing. Everywhere we've been, every store have a hiring sign. Everybody hiring over
jobs
here. Jobs can't done. Everybody hiring. So while our struggling economy in the Bahamas, where people killing themselves looking for job, all they doing is hiring over here. So they doing something right over here. Maybe we could learn some things. You're also busy attacking these people. Maybe they could teach us some stuff. So also Ann says Chrissy is okay. Is Jackie married? Oh, flip! Jacklyn, Gerard want to know if you married. A hand bear, Gerard. A hand bear. She ain't married. Oh, goodness. Anyhow, let's wrap up on that. Once again, we done been. That's a whole full show you all done get. I on vacation. I love you all so much. I had to do a show. I know it's a day that we normally don't do it. We normally do the show on Thursdays, but like I said yesterday, we were too busy having fun at Volcano Bay. We had a blast, and I really want to stay a little longer, but anyhow, I have to come back home.
We got to go to Walmart.
Jacklyn, if you say Walmart around me again, I ain't going nowhere with y'all no more. Nowhere. Anyhow, people, listen, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments. We appreciate it very much so. And like we said again, focus and let's get our priorities in order. Sure, you could drag people if they, talking foolishness, but let's have that same
step first.
Yes, thank you very much. Before you attack other people, make sure you have everything in order.
Don't throw stones at the glass houses.
Thank you very much. And we got plenty of glass around this house in the 10.
You summons Chrissy Love, look in the mirror.
Thank you very much. So let's deal with our issues, people. I just wanted us to keep focused. I ain't trying to stop you all fun. If you all want dry people, let's you all. But let's keep the focus and let's fix our country. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Jackie. Wasn't so bad. I appreciate it.
It was nice.
Man, you had plenty good contributions, man. We got to have you back again so we can talk about some more things.
You ready now?
Oh, you ready now? Anyhow, Jared, hit her up on Facebook, but she might not accept your friend request because, like you say, her post going viral and everybody trying to hide her now. So I don't know if you can get in. I ain't putting in no word for you. Yeah, but shoot your shot. Hey, you can only hit or miss. I ain't getting in that. That's on you all. That's with you and Jackie. I ain't getting in that. But anyhow, folks, once again, keep your priorities in order. Stop worrying about Jenny. She ain't nobody. And until next time, next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled day, which is Thursday. I don't know what the topic could be yet, but I'll let y'all know as soon as we decide. Bye, people. Later.